Hello, y'all. What is up? This are your friends here, Kyle, Howard, Corey Camp, and it seems like our always friend here, Jeff Ritter. He's always on the show here, giving us updates. I feel like he's here all the time, just giving us, dropping knowledge, dropping gems of what's happening with Sibme. So how are y'all doing today?
I'm good.
Great. Yeah, we're doing great.
We were just talking backstage about how Kyle and I are already wearing fall colors, and Jeff was like, "That's a no-no." But
it's still hot in Texas, so I just
up here in the Midwest. I'm just saying. I know I'm the only one on the show right now here in the Midwest, but my mums have already bloomed in my garden, and it's only 70 something today. So,
wow.
And humid just because it's raining, but.
Right.
Yeah, we already have some kind of tree has already started turning. There's a spot on the highway on the way home that is bright red and orange and yellow, and it's kind of crazy. So, yeah.
It's not happening down here yet. So
I'm ready for fall.
We got a long way to go.
I'm ready for pumpkins and mums and all things.
Once you start seeing pumpkin spice flavored anything,
yeah, that's right.
You know what's happening next. So
I was walking through Sam's yesterday, and Cheerios has a pumpkin spice Cheerios out for fall. I was like, okay, now that's just kind of weird, but
it's weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's already started. You're right, Kyle,
it's begun. I mean, Hobby Lobby has their Christmas stuff out, y'all. So
God,
I mean,
no, please. It's too early.
Yeah. It's middle of August, and I think that's just the craziest thing. A few folks I've talked to this past week is just like, I just can't believe it's already August, and we'll be into 2022 in no time at all. Right. So, well, Kyle, any announcements that we have to share?
Yes. For those who have been going to our website, you may have been seeing in a pop-up, but we actually have an awesome cohort that will be coming up soon with Jennifer Abrams, going over having hard conversations. Mm-hmm. So please check out the website, sign up for this. If you're interested, tell your friends, tell your people who you want to have those hard conversations with.
Hey, we should join this so we can talk.
This is definitely going to be a way to kind of shake things up, but really, like you said, opening up for having those hard conversations in the classrooms for us to get better overall. So we do have that coming up. Make sure y'all sign up for that on our Sibme website, or you actually may come through in Teachable Moments for those who are enrolled as well.
I know I got my book and I've pulled it back out, and I'm super, super excited about this. So Jennifer Abrams we've partnered with her. She's been looking at our cohort models that we've been doing for leadership, coaching, and mentoring. And, I kind of said, I've always had folks who have I've read the book, but then actually putting these things into action is a little difficult. And that's what these cohorts are all about. They are about not just learning together, but applying and doing that messy middle piece as you are trying to apply these best practices and ideas into your practice. And so this is going to be an amazing opportunity, whether you've read the book or not. This is going to be an awesome experience. So check it out. We'll drop the link in the comments for you to find out more about it and pre-register. It's going to be awesome. I'm super, super excited about that. So yeah, and then we've kicked off. We've been a few episodes into season 3 of the Coach Replay show, and we have Kenny McKee, who is recently a published author. He's co-author with one of our own coaches, Kathy Perrett, on Compassionate Coaching is the name of their new book. And Kenny's going to be coming and talking about something that I learned from him years ago in a webinar he and I did with Sibme, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe now, where he talked about this digital coaching menu. And it's just so perfect, I think, for defining your role and getting what you do out there to the teachers that you're working with, and a really great way to kind of prioritize what you're doing. So if you are a coach or an instructional support leader who is looking for, how do I manage the requests? How do I get requests coming in? Check out this episode this Friday with Kenny McKee. He's going to share and give some examples of digital coaching menus and why we should use them. So it's going to be a good one. All right. Any other announcements, Kyle?
Well, I think that we should just go ahead and bring our
dive in
and bring our main event, Jeff Ritter, to talk about some of our new features that we have coming in the Sibme, our app. We're always developing new things. It seems like really to maximize our folks who we work with, their workload, but really making what they do better and really helping mold that. So I want to just go ahead and pass the floor open to Jeff and just talk about some new features that we can expect for this month.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. You're right. We've always got a list of things that we're trying to develop to drive engagement and make things easier for our customers. And then we've got a whole long list of requests from our customers that we try to bring in. So I think these two have been on the request from users for a long time. And so we're really excited, and the timing for these couldn't happen any better for both of these. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you multi-file upload.
This one has been huge for me, especially as I've been doing my cohorts and getting started with all of our new customers. It just makes things so much faster and easier. So yeah, let's show everyone multi-file upload. Okay.
So you can see here, I'm open to, let's start on my landing page. I'm on my landing page. You can see over here on my Windows machine, I've got 4 video files. So let's say I want to upload these to my workspace. Before, you'd have to go over here, you have to go to the plus, you'd have to go to upload video, and then you'd have to wait for those videos to upload, and you'd have to do them one at a time. But notice over here, I've got all 4 of them selected. And now, just kind of like Google, if I drag them over, I can drag them to a folder, or I can drag them to the workspace. And so I'm going to drag them to this folder. And then what's great, I let it go. I get my little dialog box that's showing me how fast and how good, and I can cancel them. If there's an error, I can retry, or I can just reduce this down. And guess what? Now I can keep working. And so now I can just keep going. And you notice it says I've uploaded 1 of 4, and I'm just now able to keep using the site. I'm now finished my second upload, and I'm still browsing and going through and getting my work done while these upload. And at any time that I can come back up here and I can upload it, and it says all 4 of them are done. And there we go. Voila. I can upload any kind of document that our site will take. So that's videos, that's resources, PDFs, Word docs, JPEGs, PNGs, anything that you could upload before through our plus button, you can now upload with file upload.
And this is, again, it's a huge time saver because before, you've been able to upload multiple files at once by going to that green plus button and clicking upload resource. But then you have to select them one at a time. Yep. Once you add one, you've then got to open up your window again to add the next one. And then you had to wait. You had it just took over your screen. You had to wait in Sibme on that window for those to finish uploading before you could do anything else. So I love that I can drop those in and then head on over to, drop those into a huddle, head on over to my workspace and screen a quick video for a customer I'm working with, and then share that into their huddle. And all of those things kind of show up right there at once. Huge time saver. So
yep.
Love that.
And I showed you on Workspace, but you're not limited to Workspace as well. So I can come over here and I can download to a huddle on the huddle landing page. And so, or I can open a huddle and I can then download to the huddle, or I can download to a folder in the huddle. So really and truly, anywhere you have previously wanted to upload files, you can now drag and drop them. And you don't have to also segment. So you don't have to do just videos and then just resources. It's any combination of files. You can drag them over and they'll be uploaded for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. It's definitely a time saver. Kyle, have you used that multi-file upload yet?
Yes, I have the chance to show that to some customers, and they are truly excited. And really, the most importantly, for folks who still, like you said, drag and drop and continue to go on and work on something else too as well. So that, like I said, it's a real time saver, and really maximizing your work efforts in that. So, I mean, it's a great feature. Great.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. It is a huge time saver, and it allows you, if there's an error, it allows you to retry, whereas before you didn't know whether it actually finished or not. So it's definitely going to make it a lot more seamless for people to upload their stuff to the site and then get to work immediately, which is great.
And we've got a lot of folks who, the curriculum team has been working throughout the summer, creating new curriculum content. And so they're just dragging and dropping that into either a school-wide huddle or a huddle with all their instructional coaches, so their coaches have access to those. Or, they are getting new teacher induction started with all their new teachers. And so they're dropping all of those in there. If they don't already have them in like their workspace or in a folder somewhere, they're able to just drag and drop them in. So I know lots of new documents and resources are created over the summer. So this is a great, fast way to get them into Sibme.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, okay. So the second, and I think even though that's a great one, I'm really excited about this one. We've now got the ability to do comments and tagging and applies in documents.
Yes.
So you can see here, I've got a JPEG, and I'm just going to go ahead and open that. And you notice now, unlike before where we had this very static file stack uploaded, viewer kind of thing, we've now got a new interface with a new menu bar, and everything now is all right here for you to be able to mark up and comment on these documents. So let's get started. I'm going to turn the comment window over, and you can see here I haven't made any comments here, so it kind of gives you some directions, and it says use these tools up here to get started. Now, I know that there are going to be people who are asking questions, so there's a couple of things grayed out here. So I'm going to point you out to that we are still in beta. Even though this has been released to all customers, we are still in beta. So we have a couple of more tools coming on this side and a couple of more tools over here coming. And those are going to be released over the next month or so. But the bulk of it is here. So I can zoom in, and I can use my hand to move me up. And now I'm ready to comment. So let's say I want to highlight this. So I say, hey, let's just highlight this, and let's put a box around this. And notice I get a little arrow, and I get a comment window. And now I can say, and there, voila, I now have a comment tagged to an annotation. And what's really cool is if Corey and Kyle were looking at the same document, they would see this stuff appearing immediately. I can come in here and I can edit it. And so now I can come in here and I could adjust the box if I wanted to. I could finish it, or notice I could reply to this comment. Okay, so I'm going to update it. And it's, I don't know, this is, again, we just released this, so a little bit of taking time to post. And of course, Murphy's Law always says that when you have this happen, and voila, it's there. So now I could reply to this, or if I want to make another one, I can come up here, I could grab a new, and let's say I wanted to say here, and I wanted to say, and then what if I wanted to tag this? So I can do a custom marker tag here. And so I could do a custom tag here. So I could say infrastructure. And I can also tag a framework. And this, I think, is going to be the coolest thing, because this is ultimately going to kind of roll through our platform. If I choose to framework tag, one of the biggest requests we've gotten from people is they want to see the document and the comments and the framework. And so you notice I haven't chosen a framework. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to choose a framework. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to use this framework. And then I can now look at the document, look at the comment, and tab my framework at the same time. And this is a huge deal because I think people have wanted to be able to cross-reference back and forth between what they were tagging and what the tags were. And so this has now given us that ability in kind of these three panes. And so I can add this and I will have my tags ready to go. And again, we're being a little slow today. It's Murphy's Law. So we'll refresh, and voila, there are my tags. So really cool way to mark up a document, have a conversation around a document. We're thinking like you're coaching somebody and they want to put a lesson plan up, and you want to have a conversation around items in that lesson plan, or you're working on a lab. The science teachers are all working on a lab, or the third grade teachers are working on a project that they want to do. They can dump it here. They can have this conversation, and then everything is right there. By the way, everything is tied to analytics. So all these comments, all these tags, everything else will actually show up in your analytics, which is something different than, say, what you get from Google. Is Google is a standalone that you don't get any data tracking on. We're going to track all of this, and I can come in and I can either download the original or I can download with annotations so that I have a record of what happened in the conversation around this document. And so it's really a really cool way to have a conversation that you used to have around videos. You can now also have around documents.
And I think that's huge as we think about the type of collaboration that this, expands on. We've always been able to share, non-video artifacts, but we haven't been able to have that robust interaction on those artifacts until this feature came out. And so, I think of when I'm working with a teacher or a team and we're wanting to analyze student work or student learning, we can all, take a picture as we're in the classroom, snap a picture on a student's desk of, their writing sample or their poster that they created for a project, or, at their work that they've shown as they're working on out problem 15 on unit 3. And then we can look at these different examples, but we can also use these document commenting to highlight and annotate specific patterns we're noticing in student thinking or student writing. We can start to tag our frameworks here, so we can even have a framework with the different levels of rigor and have all of those tagged in there, and start to calibrate even on those examples of work. I just think that's huge in both the planning conversation. We got curriculum materials that we get from different resources. We can upload those and kind of analyze them as a team, as a science team. What changes do we need to make to this curriculum resource so it works best for our students? You can do all of that here and then be able to make those modifications, or you can look at the post-learning, those student work products. And I'm really excited about this for some of our coaches who have said, I really love the idea of Sibme and this online platform and the idea of video, but my teachers aren't quite ready to do video yet for reflection. This is a great entry point into that. You no longer have to feel like you have to use video just because you're using Sibme. We've always said Sibme is more than just about the video artifacts, but now we've really got this feature that's going to highlight that. So this has been my favorite new feature release. I've been waiting for this all this year, ever since I heard it was coming out, Jeff. So I love that you and the team have been able to really knock this one out of the park. This one's pretty awesome.
Yeah, thanks. We're really excited about it. I love the design that Carlos has made. It's so sleek and beautiful, but also very user intuitive. And so I really think this is a huge leap for us on the product side as we continue to work on filling out our function list of what really needs the customers' needs are. So yeah, we're really excited about this. I'd say just go around and it's on in all accounts now. So go around and play around in it, and try the other tools. A couple little notes over here. This is here's your custom marker tag, so you can actually tag these. And again, maybe it's my internet or something. We're just a little slow right now.
I think it's because you're going live. You're live
yeah.
streaming as well. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. We also had this new thing we introduced, which if you were actually marking up a document, there's nothing other than this just is flagging it. If you're marking up a document, you can kind of accept and reject things in Google Docs. If you reject them, they disappear. Here, you can just flag things as accepted, rejected. But what's really cool then is you can come up here and then look at, what was accepted or what was rejected. You can also filter by your custom marker tags, or you can search by author and sort by author. So we give you some sorting tools up here. We give you the ability to search your comments, but we also give you the ability to search the document as well. And so just kind of a full functional, document viewer that gives you the ability to annotate and comment on it. So we're really excited about this.
And this works in both your workspace and in huddles, correct, Jeff?
That is correct. And if you have rights to making comments, it is coming that it will also be available in Video Library as well. And we're renaming Video Library because now you're going to be able to post resources to the Video Library. It will become Library. And you will be able to post resources to the library. And if you have rights to comment in the library, you'll be able to comment on both videos and documents in the library.
So that's a perfect segue, right, Kyle, into our next topic. Kyle, do you want to kind of bring up the next topic as we talk about the future of our roadmap for development?
Well, I wanted to say something. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in, but because the conversations that we're having, obviously, they think about Sibme as video. But now it's actually when I'm having those conversations, showing that the document commenting actually first, and showing them what they can do, and it really, I mean, the lights are really going off, and that really shows more value. I think, like you said, that for folks that aren't really able to start with video at first and just want to take it so with co-planning or project based, and they can actually document, comment, and now you can tag the frameworks, and that's just an awesome feature that I know folks are excited to hear about. So. But going to our next question here. So what else can we expect? I just got kind of excited about that. But what else can we expect coming in down the pipeline, Jeff?
Okay, so really soon coming out is you're going to be able to mention people in your comment. So kind of like Slack, you're going to be able to do @Kyle in a comment, and Kyle's going to get a notice that says, hey, Kyle was mentioned in this comment. And what is really cool about this is if I'm on the web app and Kyle's on his phone and I mention Kyle's going to get the notice on his phone immediately. So it is a real-time communication device, so that you could then immediately go over, Kyle could go and read what I wrote, and we could have a conversation right there. And so, again, working on that engagement, trying to get people to come back to the app, that way of saying, hey, I want to make sure this person knows that I did this, or I made this comment. I'm going to mention them. And so first step is we're going to mention individuals, and then we're going to add, in phase 2, we're going to add the ability to mention groups and mention like a huddle. So everybody in the huddle could receive a notice. That is the next thing coming up. What's coming out along with that, and this was a big one that Corey's been hounding me about, is notifications muting. So now if you go to your user settings, you've just got this long static list of all of these things that you can mute. We're now going to give you more control over whether you want to mute it for a huddle, for all the huddles, for your account. You're going to be able to control all the different notifications that you receive. And so it's going to be a great way, not only for users to control, but also account owners and super admins who want to control when people see things. This is going to be a great way. So you want to set up a huddle, but you don't want everybody to know that the huddle is there yet. I can mute notifications for that huddle as the account owner. I can create the huddle. I can get it all set up, and then I can send everybody an invite. Those kinds of things with notification muting, those two are coming out together. I think that kind of is a nice kind of beginning for a notification package.
I am so excited about this because, I've had this ability in social media for a while, a member of different groups or follow different pages. And some of them, I only want to see them when I want to go to that page. Otherwise, like the boutique that I follow, I would spend a lot more money if I saw all of that in my newsfeed every day. So I try to, mute those. But then, there's groups I'm a part of that, hey, I want to get a notification if I'm mentioned. I don't want one for every post because it's a really busy group with lots of chatter about all kinds of things.
Right.
So I love that we'll have that control to be able to subscribe and to different types of notifications in different types of places across the account. And as somebody who sets up a lot of huddles, that I like to kind of, like when I was teaching, have my room all set up and ready before people start walking in. I love the idea of being able to kind of mute that, set it all up so people don't get a million notifications about this new huddle that they haven't even logged into yet. And then I can send them the invite. So
right.
That's pretty exciting. And I mean, you mentioned just before this, the library is also getting, I know those are your most recent ones, but I think this idea of the video library moving from just videos to also documents and other resources is pretty exciting too. I know that's further down the line, but many things.
Yep. So then to follow up with mentions, mentions version 2, we're calling it's part of mentions, is you're going to be able to star videos and like comment posts. So this is a way to just say, hey, I really like that. Whether, I'm going to star a video or I want to, hey, I really like that comment post. That was really good. Boom, I'm going to like it. So again, that way to give credit or that way to give a thumbs up within our platform is big. And then the really big one to go along with document commenting, the other big project we've been working on is a new events platform, which is going to allow huddle owners and account owners and super admins to be able to create events, invite people in, and then tie their Sibme account to their Zoom account and be able to start a Zoom meeting from within our platform. I know some people have been using CircuLive, and so this is going to be similar to CircuLive, but you're going to be able to see all your events on your calendar. It could be tied to your Google Calendar, so those events could flow over to your Google Calendar, so you could have it in both places. And it's going to be a great way to kind of use our platform for communication. And I love what Kyle said. We're no longer a video platform. We're really a learning platform about how people can learn better at work. We're giving more and more tools on how to do that. The other cool thing about it is you're going to be able to book appointments. So let's say a coachee wants to book an appointment with a coach. The coach could set up their hours, and then within those hours, a coachee could book an appointment, and then they could all join the video straight from Sibme. And so it's events, it's appointment booking, it's tying Sibme to Zoom. It's a big package.
Yeah. And that's huge. A lot of times when I'm coaching teachers, we have our standing meetings, once a week or once every other week. But then I'll always inevitably get that Vox or text message or a post in a discussion huddle or in a huddle discussion saying, hey, I have a quick question. Are you free this afternoon? Or are you free in 5 minutes? So this would allow them to be able to just look at my calendar and be able to, book that time if they need it, as opposed to trying to go back and forth on scheduling something. So I love that. That's going to be really, really handy. And I think it would work for not just coaches, but teams and, all types of roles. So
yep. No, it's going to be available for all 3 huddles. So, let's say you're in the middle of an assessment and an assessee has a question for the coach and they just, they want to go and do a quick video call and not have to go to office hours they could set up a call. So yeah, it's going to be a great way to allow people to be communicating using our platform in a lot of variety of different ways.
When I hear about these new things that we have rolling out, I can't help to think about from one just community, either within your campus or in your district, but then also the culture of really changing the culture, changing the communication, and then obviously we're changing, like we said, changing the way that we learn at work and really having that team atmosphere, not just an employee, so having folks being available, especially with the notification. My mind just goes to, if I'm getting so many notifications, but once I get the notification, I know it's something I really need to chime into. But I have the availability to do that on my laptop, or we can just do it on the mobile device wherever you are. So, I mean, we all know we're excited about these features rolling out. I'm pretty sure our customers that are going to be getting the benefits of these features are going to be more excited about it and finding new ways to utilize these features and hopefully have some more stuff coming down the pipeline too as well.
Yeah, and I think we're just really connecting people. We're using technology not to supplant those connections and make them all virtual. It really is about being able to use the technology in a variety of in-person, virtual ways so that you are more connected around the things that matter. So that's exciting. So then with these new features and the new things coming, down on our roadmap, how does someone know when a new feature is released or if it's been updated? Because I know we've also had some updates. What's the best way, Jeff, for our customers and folks who are using our app to know how to do that?
Yep. So can y'all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So if you're on your landing page, we have this it's not new. It's been here since January, but a lot of people don't know about it, or they just don't look over here. There's now a what's new button. And so if you click here, it's going to open our product updates, and you're going to be able to go and scroll through and look and see what we've released over kind of the last, in this case, 8 months. We've got another one that's we're working on that will be plugging document commentings. We haven't even talked about goals on work on mobile. That's been released. So this is the place that is going to kind of be the one-stop shop to see everything that's been released. That's big. This is not necessarily every little thing we've done, but these are the big things that we can do. So again, that's the what's new. And then you can always go to the Help Center. I always like plugging this Help Center because we've really done a better job of getting our help articles up. So you can see down here we've got document commenting, and if you go to goals, we've got mobile goals, and so those two areas are going to be the places to go to see what's new and what's happening. And of course, we always have the banner. You can see we've been kind of focused on the multi-file upload here, but the banner also is where we'll release notices of things being released. So that is.
And May, who's viewing in the backstage, also reminded us that we have Feature Fridays that we release. So short, quick videos around a singular feature update or kind of tool in the platform. So definitely check those out, and you can find the already released Feature Fridays for multiple file uploads and things in the comments. So whatever platform you're viewing us on, check out the comments section to be able to access those.
Yep.
Well,
and
Jeff,
the Feature Fridays I love. I think
good.
Annie and May do a great job. Just so y'all know, if you've not ever watched them, they're short. They're a minute and a half, 2, 3, 4, just really short snippets, but it's so good. The content is so good, and it really gives you a good look into what, if you don't really know where to start, that's a great place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jeff, I know we always joke that you are like Santa Claus, always bringing these wonderful gifts to Sibme, and I know you aren't the only one. You've got the dev team and Carlos, and it really is a team effort. We internally use these things and give feedback, but our customers are great about always giving us feedback and helping us see the use of some of these things in a whole new way. So continue to stay connected with us, and be sure to like, follow, subscribe to our channels, and that way you never miss something new that's coming out. But Jeff, I know we're going to have you on quite a bit in this kind of end of this year as we wrap up these last few months of 2021, because you guys are working tirelessly on these updates. So this will be exciting to have you back and see those. Kyle, you want to add anything?
Well, I just want to add with the What's New tab, and for those, how we get these features or these updates is that we actually have meetings with our customers, our educators in the community who giving us this feedback. So for those, please check out that What's New tab, because you never know what's new feature may take your program, your school, your district to the next level. So when we're having these meetings, there's so many times like, wow, this is the tip of the iceberg. I'm telling you, those ideas go off. So please make sure y'all tune to those Feature Fridays, the What's New tab. Then also we can always check out What's Up Wednesdays. We will have Jeff on again just to go over some new features coming up. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us today, Jeff. We will.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me. As I love getting on this show, just because it gets us out to a wider audience to make sure that people know what we're doing, and you know, that they have these new functions that they can use. So thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Always a pleasure, Jeff. All right, folks, if you are starting this week started school, or maybe it's your second week, or maybe next week is the first week of school for you, we just want to give you a huge shout out. We are here to support you. Let us know what we can do. We are thinking of you, and we will see you all next week for another What's Up Wednesday show, or maybe this Friday for the coach replay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.